Hello, hello, hello! Happy Friday! How are you guys doing today? It is an early vlog today. Very early vlog for me. It is currently 2:41 p.m. Let's do a temperature check as well. We just got back literally about 10 minutes ago, and Alex's car said that it was 43 degrees outside. So let's see if, oh, it's 44 and cloudy outside. It's a very gloomy day in Indianapolis. Feels very much like Christmas. Well, not that Christmas is gloomy, but it just is, it looks like it could snow any minute. Yesterday on the vlog, people ask, they're like, oh, show us the snow, show us the snow. And so, I went outside last night to, like, when I saw the comments come up, to, like, record the snow, but by that point, most of the snow had melted, and there's no snow at all. In fact, we were coming back, and I was telling Alex that, and, like, in every, like, fourth yard, you'd see a snowman that was, like, completely melted, except for the very bottom of it. It kind of looks sad, doesn't it, when you see, like, a melted snowman in the yard? It's like, oh, the sad life of Frosty the Snowman. So anyway, there is no snow outside anymore, but there's a weather advisory for Thanksgiving Day, actually, that we're supposed to, I just screenshot it and sent it to Nikki a while ago. Hold on a second. I will pull it up right here. It is accumulating snow threat, and this is for next, I think this is next Thursday. It goes right across, like, Illinois, Iowa, Indianapolis is in there, Ohio, Pittsburgh, goes up into Michigan. So, yeah, Indianapolis is, like, right in the middle of it. So that's supposed to be, oh, Wednesday the 27th through Black Friday the 29th. So I don't know if that's true or not, but let's actually look it up right now and see on the Weather Channel. Daily. Let's see next Thursday. It'll probably say something completely different. Hold on a second. Ooh, it says 38 degrees next Thursday with a low of 23. And it says occasional snow showers mixing with rain in the afternoon, high 38 degrees. Oh my gosh, Friday is a high of 30, a low of 17. Saturday is a high of 28 with a low of 16. I mean, we are getting into, this is cold actually for the end of November, beginning of December. For us, it is. But sometimes in Indiana, the weather is worse in November than it is in December. But anyway, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I'm kind of ready now to put up the Christmas decorations. Alex actually asked me today, we went to Kroger on our way home, and somebody commented on my videos because I'm looking for the Shirley Temple 7-Up, and somebody was like, they commented on one of my videos, and they said, so if it was on the vlog, whoever you were, thank you for that. They said they found it at Kroger. And so we were on our way home, we passed Kroger, and I said, can you pull into Kroger real quick? I want to see if they have the Shirley Temple 7-Up. So we pulled in there, and, like, right when I walked in, they had all their holiday stuff set up. And so I got the Shirley Temple 7-Up. I got a 2-liter of that. And then I got the Canada Dry Cranberry, and I'm going to compare them with each other. And I was going to do the video today, but in all honesty, I'm, like, super, super tired today, and I'm very relaxed, and I have decided that I'm just going to film the vlog today, and then I'm going to read the rest of the afternoon, early evening in bed, which is something I rarely ever do, and then I'm just going to kind of let myself fall asleep and take a nap. Alex has his work Christmas party, so they do, like, 2 different things. Like, they do, like, a work spouse Christmas thing, and then they do, like, a non-spouse thing. And so tonight is the non-spouse thing. I think the spouse thing they do, like, in January. So tonight is, like, the non-spouse Christmas party. It's, like, the big one. And, so that's tonight. It's from 5, I think he said from 5 to 8. And then, but he's going to leave here because he's, like, helping set it up. And so he's going to leave here about 4 o'clock, he said. And then he just told me, he said afterwards, he said they're going to, like, go out and have a drink at some restaurant. He was like, and some of the spouses might come. He was like, if you want to come. He was like, you can Uber there, and then, you know, like, we can, like, drive home together and whatever. And I was like, okay. So, I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet or not. It kind of depends on how many spouses are going to come and if I really feel like Ubering at 8 or 9 tonight. So, we'll see. We'll see if I feel like doing that. And then tomorrow, Alex is, I think I said this the other day, but one of our friends, she and her husband built a cabin, a log cabin in southern Indiana, like that they're gonna like rent out and things like that, and also go there for like holidays and whatever. And so it's like, it's nearing getting done or something, I don't know. So this is like the couples that we like travel with sometimes. And so he is going down there with the two wives tomorrow, and then they're going down there. But I thought it was in the morning, but he said it's actually not tomorrow until like 3 o'clock, which means he'll probably leave here at like 2 o'clock. And so tomorrow afternoon, I'm actually going to film a bunch of videos. I usually don't on Saturdays, so that's why today I'm just going to film my vlog, and then tomorrow I'm going to film, well, definitely the review, and a drama video, a booktube video. I'm going to do my review tomorrow so that on Monday I can do the announcement of the true crime book and the Peters Book Club. That will be on Monday. And then, so tomorrow I will do the review of the October book. And then probably, that'll be Monday, so probably Wednesday I will do my Christmas list of the Christmas thrillers that I'm going to read. There's 10 of them on the list. And then I'm going to try to do like a video on my booktube channel like every other day next week. And then Friday, I'm going to do... Oh, there's my neighbor coming home from somewhere. And then on Friday, on my booktube channel, well, that won't be December yet. I'm going to try to, I might do my review of the November book for Peters Book Club, which is The Blue Hour by Paula Hopkins. I haven't started it yet. So when I finish this Misfortune book, I'm going to read that. And then after I get done with the Paula Hopkins book, I'm going to read the next Misfortune book, so I'm completely caught up. And then after the Misfortune book, it's Christmas books. They're on out, it's all Christmas books. So, yeah. And last night, I now have like, I ordered another one last night, another James Patterson book, because I'm like real into like how each chapter is just like 2 or 3 pages. They're so cheesy, but they're real quick reads. And so I have the lights that go around your neck, which I totally swear by those. I think I got them on Amazon. I have to look and see, but I totally swear by those, that like they hang on your neck, and they're like, they're like little flashlights. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where you, like, anyway. But I sat in the chair and I read like a couple chapters of that Maximum Ride book, and it was so much fun. And I was like, I really miss like just like being so cozy and reading. So tonight I just want to kind of read this book and then take a nap and stuff like that. So that's the plan, Stan. I just made some coffee in my new Sober cup. So we're out of all the pumpkin spice K-Pods, except for the Headless Horseman one, but I don't really like that one because it's like extra caffeine. And then the pumpkin spice, the latte one, because it's more like kind of like a hot chocolatey kind of thing. But I'm out of all the pumpkin spice besides that. So the only 2 that I had in the drawer left that weren't decaf or tea was blueberry. And I was like, you know what? It's cold outside. I think that I want to have like a holiday coffee. So this is the Community Coffee Holiday Blend. And this is, I actually haven't tried it yet. So I'm gonna take the lid off, because sometimes it like burns my lip too. You can see I just made it. You see all the steam coming off of it? Okay. So I'm gonna try it. Here's taste test of the Community Coffee Holiday Blend. Smells good. One of the things I kind of like about the Community Coffee, like this is not like a criticism of Community Coffee, but it kind of just reminds me of gas station coffee, which I love. And so I think that's one of the reasons why I like the brand Community Coffee so much. But anyway. Oh, that's good. It kind of tastes a little like there's like a roasted flavor to it. I don't know about the roast, but we're not even getting into all that because I tried that and that was a mess. Oh, I like it. Kind of like a smoky roast blend. We won't say, I'm not going into all that. And I also brought, something is wet on this table. I don't know what it is. This entire table and chair and everything. I had to like put the cushion up. I'm surprised my butt isn't soaking wet, because I had to put the cushion up and everything because it was all wet last night from the snow that we got. So brought my lighter out. I'm gonna light all these candles. This candle, the Humble Abode, is like almost done. So after this vlog, it'll probably be done. Yeah. This candle smells so good. I mean, all of these ebony and ivory candles that Andrea sent me, they are so fantastic. And then this is the Palm Springs Oasis. This is the one that smells like the Monte Carlo Hotel in Las Vegas. I love it. And And then this Maven candle. I'm trying to like go through these so I can just bring like maybe like one holiday candle out here. I'm gonna have to, oh, this one might be done. This Humble Abode. It's like really like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like really dark inside from burning the edge of it. And then the Bookshop in Autumn. This one's almost done too. She's getting her mail. She got anything good? Did you get anything good?
I don't think so.
A lot of coupons.
Are you freezing out here?
I'm actually not too bad. I thought I would be colder than I am, but I'm doing okay. I mean, this is just like, the steam is coming so off this coffee. I live for it. I was gonna get Tanya Jean one of these for her sobriety birthday, but then I was gonna get her one for Christmas, and I think I'm just gonna get her one, so that the next time I see her, I can give it to her. We can have matching cups. So anyway, well, I'm feeling like 100% better today. I'm very, very tired because I got very little sleep last night, but that doesn't have anything to do with me being sick. I feel like I am over being sick. I woke up today and I was like my throat didn't hurt. I didn't have a headache. I didn't really have that bad of a headache last night either, until like later at night, and then I got a little bit of a headache. So last night, like, I didn't have a headache. I said yesterday I felt like I was kind of on the tail end of it. I woke up today and I was like, oh, I feel like back to normal. So I feel back to normal. I'm not in shorts, I'm in jeans. I have my Ugg boots on because I was like, I gotta be comfy and cozy if I'm gonna come out here. But Alex is inside. He just made some chicken nuggets, well, chicken fingers in the deep fryer, and he's watching. He has one episode of The Discovery of Witches, and then he said he might start watching The Mayfair Witches. So I was like, oh, you're all on the witch show? He's like, well, I gotta find something else to watch. So last night, what did I do last night? Well, on two different times throughout the night, I read Maximum Ride. When did I do that first? At one point I like was sitting in bed and I was like, I miss reading in bed. It was so cozy. It's the small things. I do though, like I miss, like I can remember like it was like a year or two ago. God, it was longer than that. I bought one of those those pillows for the bed where you sit up against it and it's got the arms in it and you sit there and read. Do you guys remember, like I probably showed it on a haul or something. I feel like it's been longer than that, but that one's in the closet in the bathroom. And then I bought like the light that you put on the end of the book. I don't love those. The one that I have, I'll probably actually, you know what, because I've been using it a lot lately, like for when I like read The Comfort of Crows and stuff like that, if I sit out here or if I sit inside. It's like this neck thing, and on either side it has these lights that shoot down, and you can like press the button on either side, and then it makes it go like higher or lower. I love those. On my Peter Monn channel, I'm gonna do a huge like my favorite things I bought this year on Amazon, and I'm gonna link everything on there because people are like, why don't you link stuff? But it's gonna be all different kinds of stuff. It's gonna be everything from like, here, I'll give you a couple hints. It's gonna be like the Tatcha, the rice dream, because I love that, all the way to like the Kauai coffee, to like the dude wipes, not just dude wipes, but the Dumpkin Spice dude wipes, to the Christmas candles that I love. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be like my top 10 or 20 things that I purchased in like the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years from Amazon that I keep on buying. The things that I buy over and over and over again. But I am gonna do that as like a gift. I think it's gonna be like a gift guide on like things I would suggest to buy for people, or things that I bought in the last year that you can get on Amazon that I really, really like. Which, by the way, I got like, oh, it was quite a bit. It was probably, I don't know, 5 to 10 DMs, direct messages from people telling me which kind of walking pad they use, and then quite a few comments. So tonight, I'm gonna go through all the direct messages and all the comments, and I'm gonna write down the different, I was gonna do it last night, but I'm gonna write down all the different walking pads, and I'm gonna buy one tonight. So that will be coming whenever the walking pad comes. So I'm excited about that. Because like tonight, I could walk tonight, but I would have to be really, really bundled up, and it's cold. And I don't know why, I just was kind of like, well, I mean, I walked last year, but like it's kind of windy today, and it's, I mean, it would be really, really cold to walk outside today. So, but if I had a walking pad, then I could just like walk while I was like watching a movie or a TV show or listen to an audiobook inside or something like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hey, how are you? Looks like you got a new leash. No?
She has 2 pink ones, so this might be the old one.
Is that her favorite color?
Yeah.
You're so cute.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's a nice day. It's gloomy, but it's a nice day.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's manageable.
It's manageable.
Yes. Let's put it like.
We'll have to manage our expectations. Oh, hi, honey. Oh, what do you do? Oh, yeah. She said I want a pet. Here, come here and see your mom. Come on.
No,
Come on, honey.
no, no,
Oh, she's fine.
no, no, no.
Oh, she's so sweet. Come on, honey.
She's about to take me with her. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
How old is she?
Pepper is 13.
Oh, my Lord. Why, Pepper? You still got so much energy. honey.
Yes, yes, that's the thing. It's like, shit, what did you get this from?
Well, you guys have a good day.
You too.
It was good seeing you.
And if I do not, happy holiday.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
You too.
Oh, no, no, no. You said hello. You said good evening. All of that. Come on here.
She's wanting all the attention. Aw. She said, I want all the attention, Mom. Aw. Yeah.
What do you think?
You're a good girl.
What do you
Yes,
think
you
he
are. You're
has
a
up here?
I don't have any treats or anything. I'm sorry.
She's like, shit,
She
you
was
ain't no good.
She was done after that,
She's
wasn't
like, you
she?
ain't no help.
Aw.
Come on, let's go home and get a treat. What?
She can
Yeah,
have
that's
that
a water hose. That's
She
a
can have that-
pumpkin.
the water
We have
hose.
one at home.
She's wanting to see the hose and the pumpkin and everything.
Yes, we have one at home. So we could probably put in the trash eventually.
Aw.
Come on, let's go get the tree. Now what? Come on here.
She is so sweet. Bye. It was good seeing you.
Yes, sir. Come on here.
You usually walk the other way.
Very seldom.
And your granddaughter's with you sometimes.
Oh, that little busy bee. She will be 4
Aww.
on the 8th.
I love seeing her ride her little bike around the neighborhood. She's so sweet.
Thank you. Thank you. She meets no strangers. So
Aww.
we need to, of course, get over that.
Yeah.
She'll be fine. Oh, look, there's Buddy. Hi, there's Buddy.
She knows all the neighborhood dogs.
Oh, yes, yes, she does. There's Buddy. And he ain't been that busy.
Busy day in the neighborhood. She ran right up here.
Oh, now see, he wants to play.
You know, the first thing I thought was so weird. I was like, oh, I wonder if she smells Boo Radley up here and stuff like that. What was I saying before she came up? Now, she walks in, like, all the weather. She walks in the rain and the snow. She walks, like, in all the weather. She is so nice. She is so sweet. It's so funny, like, how all the dog parents know, like, the other dog parents in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? She saw the other dog coming down the street. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, about reading in bed. Like, I forgot how much I missed reading in bed. And I haven't read in bed, like, for years and years and years. Even when we go on vacation, like, Alex will go to bed, turn all the lights off and stuff like that, and I might, like, sit out on the patio, like, listen to my audiobook. I'm kind of getting back. I have been, like, slowly getting back into, like, reading, like, you know, paper books, like, paperbacks and stuff like that. I mean, I still love, obviously, listening to audiobooks. But last night it was, like, really fun. So at one point, I, like, was in bed. I think that was right when I was taking a nap, because Alex stayed downstairs to watch some TV. So early, it was, like, once I got the vlog done, and I was rendering it, Alex and I watched... Okay, I gotta look at my show list really quick, because we watched all of our shows except for House of Villains last night. So we watched Salt Lake City. So we watched Salt Lake City. We watched, what else did we watch before that? Oh, we watched 2 episodes of Schitt's Creek because we were waiting for Orange County, the reunion. It started at 9, so we were waiting for it to be halfway over. What's going on with my hairdo? And we were waiting for it to be halfway over so that we could just like fast forward through the commercials and stuff like that. So then we watched Orange County, and then that was like at 10, and then I went upstairs and I brought my book, and I like read for like 15 or 20 minutes, and I like laid down. And then Alex was watching a show downstairs, and then he came upstairs and he was like watching the Discovery of Witches in the bedroom. And I actually got a real good nap last night, and I knew that we had to we had to leave the house. Not like Alex had a hair appointment, and then we had therapy afterwards, and so I didn't have to take an Uber from here to therapy. I just went with him to a hair appointment because our friend cuts our hair, and I went there and I got a coffee while he was getting his hair cut, and then I went over there and I sat down with them while they were she was cutting his hair and they were talking and stuff like that. And I have a hair appointment on Monday, so I'll see her again on Monday. And we were just talking about Thanksgiving and what we were all doing and stuff like that. But so I knew my plan was to get up early and like take a shower and get all ready and stuff like that. And we had to leave here his appointment was at 11:45, so we had to leave here at 11:15. So my plan was going to get up at like 10. Well, I ended up sleeping like till 10:30, and I didn't take a shower because I'm gonna take one tonight and put on my comfy pajamas and stuff like that. So but I didn't go to bed last night until like 5:30, and then didn't fall asleep until like probably like 6:30. So I'm going on about 4 hours of sleep right now, which is why I'm super tired. But I feel good. I feel really, that's why I think I was saying, yeah, I feel good. I don't know, it's not like, I took a really like heavy, deep nap last night and had a good nap, and I got up. Matlock and Elsbeth never came on Paramount the whole time that I was on last night, or that I was up last night. I wonder if it's up now. I don't even know if I have Paramount on my phone. Do I? I don't know why I don't just put my reading glasses on. Was it not on this week or something? Is there a reason why? Matlock. Was it not on this week? The episode's still not on. It should be episode 7. Maybe there was a reason why it wasn't on. Because it's not on Paramount, and Elsbeth's not on either. It's not showing the newest episode on either one. So they didn't come up last night. So I watched... What else did I watch? I don't remember. But you know what I did want to do today? Is I did want to do Peter's Movie Club. Because I picked a movie. And then after this week's movie, every movie after is going to be a holiday movie. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might just wait until next week and then do all holiday movies, is what I might do. I've got the holiday movies picked. Or I might do the movie tomorrow. I might do that. I might do the movie tomorrow. For Peter's Movie Club, and just announce it tomorrow. I've actually gotten quite a few messages from people and been like, I missed the movie club, are you coming back? I am coming back, like I'm not like quitting that. Like I did the Shark Movie Club, I'm going to start up again in the summer. The spring or the summer when it's like warmer outside, and I'm not really into shark movies in the winter. But Peter's Movie Club I am going to keep up doing. I just kind of took a little bit of a break from it. So... if you guys want me, if enough people out there that watch this want me to do it, comment underneath here and then I will post it tomorrow. I probably won't post it today. I'll probably post it tomorrow. I'm actually surprised I'm not colder out here. It feels very refreshing. So yeah, I started feeling better last night. And so I took a nap and then I got up and... I sat there in the chair and I read, I think it was like a half an hour or so, I read of that Maximum Ride. Because, so I Google searched, well, what did I order last night? First of all, I was looking at walking pads, and then because I had gotten some comments, and then I was like, I'm just going to wait until I get all the comments from people, and then I will go through all the walking pads, and I'll buy one tonight. So, then I was looking at my books, because I was going to start the newest James Patterson book that I got, which is... it's the one I got at Target with Caroline. I can't remember what it's called. Missing Persons or something like that. But I was like, no, don't be starting 3 and 4 books at a time. You already got 8 books going in the kitchen, okay? You got like 3 short story books, and you got, Go Ask Alice, which I haven't picked up since this summer, and you got this, and you got 3 graphic novels. Don't do that. So I was like, just make it through Maximum Ride, and then if you like it, you can read the next one, because I bought the first 2 in there. And then you can read the next James Patterson book. So I got online, and I was like, I Google searched, best James Patterson novels ranked. I don't know what it is about this whole James Patterson thing. Watching that show, got me really, really hooked on the James Patterson books again. It's interesting because somebody said, well, it's not interesting, but somebody asked, like, do you have to have read the books to watch the show? Absolutely 100% not. No, like, you can know nothing about James Patterson, the books, or anything, and the show Cross is fantastic on Prime. You don't need to have ever read one of the books or know anything about the characters. And the same thing with The Lost Symbol, which I'm going to talk about. You don't ever have had to have read a Dan Brown book or know anything about it to watch The Lost Symbol. But, like, watching that show reminded me of how much, like, I just tore through those books. And I think part of it was that they were, like, an easy escape. It was never like that they were, like, fantastic books or anything. Like, they're just not. They're cheesy. But I think it was just that they were, like, a fast escape. I mean, literally, like, the chapters are, like, 2 pages to 3 pages. Like, they're so short. You can just tear through the books. And so I think that's kind of what I miss about them. Well, anyway, I was, like, looking at the top 10 books ranked. I was kind of surprised, like, some of them I've read, like, Zoo is on there, which I remember reading Zoo. I mean, maybe if I read it a lot quicker, I would have liked it better, but it was about, like, these animals that had some disease in New York City, and they were killing people and stuff like that. There was, like, a monkey and all these dogs living in this, like, underground, like, the subway system and stuff. I didn't love that book. I think I ended up giving it, like, 2 stars or something like that, but it also took me, like, 2 months to read. And then First to Die was on there, which is the first book in, like, the women's detective series that he has. I read that one, but I read that one, like, when it came out. Like, that was probably 20 years ago. And then Along Came a Spider. I guess it's Along Came a Spider and then Kiss the Girls, which is, I don't remember what, I think I read Kiss the Girls first and then Along Came a Spider. I might go back and read those. I might listen to them on Audible, actually, and I might start the Alex Cross books over. But the thing is I have read so many of them that they're going to feel like the first 20 are going to be repeats to me. There's actually a lot of books that I want to go back. Like, I would like to start the Patricia Cornwell, the Kay Scarpetta series all over again because I read those years ago, but I didn't read that many of them. I probably, like, read the first 4 or 5. I think the first one's called, like, Potter's Field or something like that. I used to listen to them, like, on audiobooks when I would, like, for work, like, when I would drive all over the state for work. I used to listen to the audio tapes. I would buy them at half-price books, or get them from the library. The other one is the author that wrote Deja Dead. And then the third one, these are all the audiobooks I used to listen to on cassette back in the day, is the one that they made the TV show Bones over. And she's like anthropologist, but she's like a homicide anthropologist or something like that. Those are like the 3 ones I want to go back to reading. What is going on here? Oh, they're putting something in our mailbox. What are they putting in our mailbox? Guys like driving by putting flyers in the mailbox. Something must have happened in the neighborhood. Some notice that they're putting out. But I'm really enjoying, I mean, I'll be honest with you, the Maximum Ride book, I didn't realize it. So that's not the one that I started reading years ago. When I started reading it, it says something about the book that came before it, which is called Where the Wind Blows or When the Wind Blows or something. That one was for adults. That one was for, like, it was about this guy that, like, rescues these kids from, like, this school, and they all have, like, their experiments. Like, all the kids are, like, they have, like, wings, and some of them have telepathy and stuff like that. That was, like, a standalone. This is, like, a spin-off series of that. Well, when you start reading it, it's very obvious very quickly that these are young adult books. I mean, very quickly. I don't dislike it, but it's not the series that it's not the book that I thought it was. I mean, it's kind of cheesy, honestly. But I'm gonna read the first one and I'll see what I think. I mean, it's very, very young adult. It's just it's kind of cheesy. So, I mean, there's a lot of, like, great young adult books out there that are fantastically written and things like that. Just interesting. I remember years ago on BookTube, what was her name? Bissette. I loved her videos back in the day. But she did this whole video about why was Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger never considered a young adult novel, which I think is interesting because if, like, Catcher in the Rye came out I think this is what she said, that if Catcher in the Rye came out today, or Franny and Zoe came out today, that those would be considered young adult novels. But because they came out back then, they were considered, you know, literary fiction. And that how much, like, young adult fiction that comes out today that's fantastically written is like it's kind of like patronized into this category of just being young adult, when there's like so many books that would have been considered young adult back in the day, like the battery stopped or the camera stopped, like the Diary of Anne Frank, Catcher in the Rye, To Kill a Mockingbird. All of these would have been considered like young adult books back in the day, which is interesting when you think about that, you know. But anyway, so I'm gonna read that one. If I like it, I'll go on and I'll read the second one. But I think I'm gonna. So anyway, last night I was looking through this. I should pull them up for you. Well, not that many people probably read James Patterson today, but it was like Along Came a Spider, Zoo, First to Die, which is the one in the Women's Club book. And then, I can't remember the other ones, but one of them on there was called Invisible. And there's 2 books. It's like Invisible and then Still Missing or something like that. But I've never heard of that one before. And so I ordered that on paperback. It's supposed to come today sometime. So I might read that one. Well, but anyway, I'm kind of like just enjoying like sitting inside and like reading a book with the candles lit and stuff like that. Or like watching the shows. I was like last night, that looked like my neighbor with his, but I was like, where's his dog? And his dog's like way over there on the leash. You know, I was saying the other day something about like I have the most amazing life in the entire world. Like this is, I mean, there's sadness that happens like with Boo passing and stuff like that, but I get to get up and, you know, make some videos. And I was joking about people saying like, oh, you're so lazy and whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm lazy, but I love my life, you know, I was like, I'm not going to continue to defend that. Like, there's no reason to. Like, I kind of admire people that are just like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I have the most amazing life, and I get to like watch all these TV shows and read these books and light the candles and have this cozy, you know, lifestyle and take naps and spend time with Alex and, you know, and my neighbors and my friends and stuff like that. And last night, like, I lit all the candles and I made a cup of coffee and I was like sitting in the chair reading. And I just was so, like, peaceful and happy. And I just was like, oh, is this my book? This could be my book. And I just was like, I, like, love my life so much. I feel so blessed for my life. And so much of that is because you guys watch my videos and allow me to have this amazing life. And so I'm so grateful for that. So thank you. Oh, you know what else is coming today? My bedding. My Christmas bedding. Hey, how are you? Oh, this is my Christmas bedding. I'll be right back. How are you doing? How's it going? Good. Can you get a sign on or anything?
I gotta get a photo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I hold it?
Oh, I can't get any like human shape in this photo.
Okay.
Or else it'll count against me. Even my own reflection.
Gotcha.
So, that's all I got.
Thank you so much.
Have a good
one. Drive safe. Okay, I'm back. Do you guys want to see my Christmas bedding now, or should I save it for the haul? I'll give you a sneak peek of it. Well, I don't know if this is my bedding or not. I think it's supposed to be today. Oh wait, I should probably check and make sure. This is for me. This is for me. It feels like there's something heavy though in the book. Nope, this is the comforter. I would love if the book was in here too, but I don't think it is. This is the comforter. Isn't that so pretty? Do you think there's deer or moose in it? I don't. Oh, there's bunnies. Oh, look. There's little houses. And then there's little bunnies. I bet you anything there's a deer in here. I just know there's going to be a deer in here and people are going to laugh so hard. That's going to be so hilarious. Well, this is the one that I'm going to put up closer to Christmas. Isn't that so pretty? I'm going to put that one up with red sheets closer to Christmas. I do want to buy some pillows this week for our bed, some new pillows. So I'm going to put the plaid one on. I think I'm going to put it on Monday. Because I was thinking about... putting it up this weekend. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to like start on Monday with like fresh sheets, like the week of Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So, we talked about Black Friday shopping today. Okay. So... Alex was like, I think my mom wants to go Black Friday shopping. What is going on with this pillow? Look at that. It looks like Amy Slayton's pictures in her house. Okay, if you watch 1,000 Pound Sisters, you know what I'm talking about. So I was like, I said to Alex something about, do you want to go Black Friday shopping? Like, we were talking about going to the Edinburgh Outlet Mall. And he's like, there's not really that much that I want to. What is going on with these pillows? This is uncomfortable. Hold on just a second. This is so uncomfortable. What is going on? Oh, my butt is wet. Dang it. So he's like, well, there's not really that much that I want to buy at the outlet mall. And he was like, what do you want to buy? And I said, I don't know, it's just kind of fun to go look around and stuff like that. And he goes, my mom might want to go. So I might ask his mom if she wants to go. But he doesn't really want to go. And the stores don't open until 6 a.m. So chances are we probably won't go. And Alex goes, don't you think Cyber Monday is more fun? I'm like, yeah, it's real fun. Because I just, you know what? I order stuff online all the time. So what's the difference? And you know, here's the thing. Is like the Cyber Monday sales. But like everything online, like from Amazon to like every place that you look. I did buy more candle waxes last night. I know, but like I'm going through these holiday candle waxes. I'm going through them so quick. Oh, you know what? Those will probably come in the next. I think they're supposed to come in a day or two. So I'll show the whole comforter. I'll like open it and everything, and then I'll do the candle waxes. Because I bought like different brands than I have already. I bought the Happy candle waxes or wax melts or whatever they're called. It's getting really windy out here. And then I ordered like 4 or 5 different like kinds. I was like, okay, these will definitely get me through Christmas. Last night, those ones, if you watch my haul, my review that I did, the Threshold ones that are from Target, that's the Target brand, the battery just went to the halfway mark already. Are we serious? What are we at, 36 minutes or something? Okay, so there's one, the warm cider was fantastic from Threshold. Then there was another one that I bought, and it was like red, green, and white. And they were, each one is like a different like scent. Oh my God, I used the white ones last night. They were so good. And then during the day yesterday, or like after I got done doing the review and stuff, I used the Christmas Eve by the one that were like the Dickens Christmas or something. I used the Christmas Eve ones, and those were fantastic too. So yes, the candle waxes, the wax melts, they do expire on the smell. Somebody actually, I think they left a comment or something, and they said something about being like they like work with candles or something like that, and they said they definitely lose their scent in like a year or two, and the fact that you're keeping them like 8 years is like ridiculous. I just need to go in there and bag them all up and throw them away. I still haven't done it, I know, and then I can keep the candle waxes underneath there. But there's that part of me that's like, well maybe they'll still work, you know. So, maybe this weekend I'll get around to that. Are these candles gone? But I'm loving the candle wax. Actually somebody said, could you do like a video tour of how you light your candles at night and make your coffee and the wax melt burner and like sitting in your chair? I could do that video. It'd be a very boring video. But most of my videos are very boring, but I could do that video. But yeah, I just was sitting there last night, and I was like, I kept on going back and out because I was watching, I want to say the Da Vinci Code. I was watching The Lost Symbol, and I kept on going out to see if Matlock and Elspeth had come up. But it was before that I was like reading the book, and I was sitting in the chair, and I just was like, I love my life. I just was like, I love my life so much. You know, it's hard because like I said yesterday, like grief kind of just like hits you out of nowhere. And it's almost like, I mean, I remember this a lot with my mom. Like when my mom passed away, that if something good happened or I was having like a really happy moment, it was almost like my flip thought to that was like when I came out here the other day and it was like snowing, and I was so happy that it was snowing. It was so pretty. But then my second thought was Boo Radley loved the snow. And it's my mom, it was like that with her too. Like I can remember like, you know, when like, I don't know, when like the pool opened or something, and being so happy that the pool opened, but then also remembering that like I wasn't going to go to the pool with my mom again. It was always like the flip side to grief, you know? And it was hard. And so, but last night I didn't really feel that so much. I think like me talking through the grief has really, really helped. I've actually gotten quite a few comments and even like direct messages and emails from people saying that they really appreciate me sharing like so like, you know, authentically about going through this grief because they relate to it in whatever grief that they've lost. And I appreciate that. I think like I think we don't know what to say to people, and we don't know how to share about our grief because we don't talk about grief openly enough. I think that's it. You know, I think grief is such a weird thing, and we want to be protective of other people while they're grieving, and we want to be helpful to other people, but we don't know how to because we don't know how to say, what do you need? And when people say, what do you need? Because people have said that to me, but not this situation, but like with my mom and my aunt and uncle and stuff. But when people say that to you, it's like you don't really know what you need, and you don't really know what to ask for. And then you have all these conflicting feelings. It's like you're angry and you're sad, you're disillusioned, you want to give up, but then you want to try harder. Then you say, well, what if? You play that what if game. I mean, it's like all these conflicting feelings, you know, and then you have like a good night. Like it was almost like last night I had I don't feel this way so much with like the dogs as I have with like obviously people in my life, but having like a good moment where I'm like laughing, I almost feel bad for, like with my mom. I can remember having like good moments. Like I've talked about like when we made the CDs and we were like driving around the night before the viewing and like, you know, drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes, listening to all my mom's favorite music and telling all these stories and stuff like that. It was almost kind of like in that moment I kind of felt bad a little bit. Like I'm having a good time and my mom's not here. But like she would have loved that moment at the same time that we were like telling all these stories about her that, you know, like she would have loved that, you know. But it's hard, and I think that like to even kind of like move through the pain sometimes almost kind of feels like a betrayal a little bit, you know? Like personally, I know I'm not ready to get a dog yet. I need time, and I also need to take some trips, and I also need to learn to be alone, you know, and not be so dependent on having something here. I need to do some of the work on myself for some of that stuff. But well, first of all, people keep on sending me all these different, like, I mean, not you guys, like people, like friends of mine, stuff like that, keep on sending me, like, I feel like every day, even though I say, like, I'm not ready, I'm not anywhere near ready to getting a dog yet, people keep on sending me, like, from, like, this rescue and that rescue, or somebody's, like, you know, fostering a dog, and they'll be like, could you just foster it for a while? And I, like I said the other day, I'm not going to foster a dog because I'm going to get too attached to it. I feel like in the last week, I've probably been sent, I mean, I don't know, 6 or 7 different, like, pictures of, like, dogs that, you know, people are, like, have rescued or, like, are part of rescues, and chihuahuas and all kinds of stuff, because I've told so many people that I thought I wanted to get a chihuahua next, but now I think I want something that looks a little bit more like Boo Radley, but then I go back and I'm just like, I just want, you know, like a mutt or whatever, and definitely a rescue, but there is a part of me, this feels weird, that does kind of feel like it's a betrayal to Boo Radley so soon. Isn't that weird? Like, I don't know why. I mean, I'm not stupid enough to think that, like, even if he were still here, that he would think, I mean, I know that a dog is probably not aware of that betrayal, but, I think, like, grief brings out those feelings. It's like if you change a room or you get rid of stuff too soon, or you start forgetting things, or you don't think about that person every day, it's like, it feels like a betrayal, you know? Like, it feels like a betrayal. And so then the healthy thing is us moving through the pain and still remembering and carrying them. It's like my friend said to me, no, you know, you move through the pain, but you'll always carry the memories with you forever. But then it's like if you have a good moment, like last night I had a good moment, and I wasn't sad, you know? And I felt healthy. I was feeling, like, a lot better. And I was happy and cozy just sitting there reading the book. But then I think there's this part of me that feels like I don't want to be stuck in grief forever, you know? I just don't. I don't want to be stuck in anything forever, you know? I don't know. So I read for a little bit, and then, oh, I think I was waiting to see if Elizabeth and Matlock came out, because I was going to watch them, and then I was going to watch, what do you call it? I keep on thinking, like, this battery is going to start flashing red, and now watch I say it, it'll start happening here. I wanted to watch Matlock and Elizabeth first, because they're coming on Thursday, so I don't know why they're not on Paramount yet. But they just kept on never coming up. So I finally went in and I watched The Lost Symbol, and I had 7, 8, 9, and 10 to watch. I had half of 7, 8, 9, and 10 to watch last night episodes. And so I finished it last night. I stayed up till 5:30 and I finished it last night. I think it was like 5:30. It was late. So I was like, I'm finishing the show tonight. You guys, it was so good. It was consistently good through the entire season. I'm really blown away that it didn't get renewed. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but I just want to say this because this is one thing I look for shows, okay? I do not want to watch a show that ends on a cliffhanger and you never find out what happens to it. Like, it just gets canceled and you never find out. So I want to say this about The Lost Symbol. Season 1 is conclusive. Like, it ends at the very end of season 1, and this will not ruin it for anybody, so when somebody wants to say, you ruined The Lost Symbol for me. Okay, at the very end, somebody proposes the idea for a new case, but it's literally like the last 2 seconds of the show, and it's like a setup for like if there were a season 2. They don't even say what the case is or anything, like where it's going to be. They don't say anything like that. It's just like a hint at it in case there would be a season 2, but there was no season 2. But it ends conclusively. Season 1, I'm so blown away that it was never renewed for a second season. It is so good. I loved it. And I was so cozy last night, sitting in my chair, drinking my coffee, and then I was drinking not sleepy time tea, the sleep tea. I want to try a different sleep tea because I really like that one from Twinings or whatever it's called. So I want to try a different kind. Because I'm almost out of that one, so I'm like, I gotta buy another one. So I'm gonna look online and see if somebody has some suggestions. But it's gotta be a tea that's gonna make me sleepy, not just like a calming tea. So then I watched that, and then I got done with that, and I read like another chapter or two from my book, and then I went to bed. And I mean, I still struggle falling asleep, but I fell asleep. I don't really remember it taking me that long. I don't know. Maybe. I don't really remember. All I know is I didn't get very much sleep. And when I woke up, I was like, oh my God. Because I was like going to get up at like 10 to take a shower. And I was like, no. We're going to sleep and we'll take a shower later. So, I did a bunch of laundry last night too. I did two rounds. I washed this hoodie. I got to wash this coat. That's one of the things I need to do. Wash these jeans last night. Do you know what the other thing is? These are my Ugg boots from like, I mean, they're still in pretty good condition. These are from like 4 years ago. I bought a new pair of Uggs, I think last year. Maybe I bought them the year before, and I still have not opened them. They're in the box. Because Alex sent to me the other day. He was like, did you buy a new pair of Ugg boots? And I was like, no, those are from last year. I just never opened them. And he was like, oh. He was like, I like those. I was like, they're the same ones that, because they are I keep them underneath the table, so I put them on when I come out here. That's right there with the mirror on it. And I was like, are you thinking about getting a pair of Uggs? He's like, I don't know. I've kind of thought about it. I have a leather pair that are like 2 sizes too big that I bought in Gatlinburg when my mom was still alive. The Uggs and Birkenstocks last forever. I will say these, though, like the suede ones, or whatever these are, if they get wet, like you can feel it inside the shoe. Not from the bottom, but on the outside of it, they get wet. And I know they're so basic. I don't care. They're so comfortable. I didn't want a pair of them forever because I thought they were so basic. And finally I was like, I'm going to get a pair. I think, who is the guy? Justin Anderson, is that his name? The guy that's engaged to Scoot, the hairstylist. You know what I'm talking about? I think he had a pair of them on. I was like, he looks real cute in those. I like those. So I think that's why I ended up getting a pair. I'm easily influenced by influencers. Easily influenced by influencers. And so I think I got a pair. And I, like I said, I know they're completely basic, but I like them, and I like the look. But anyway, yeah, these have lasted me like 3 or 4 years, and I've worn the hell out of them. Here, look. And the bottoms of them are really not that bad, even. But see, if this part gets wet right here, like, you can feel it inside. Like, if you wear them in rain and it rains on them, like, but they dry pretty quick. But, like, even the inside of these is not bad. I mean, you can see that, like, the very bottoms of them. Could you see, like, this is like the very bottoms of it, you can see are kind of worn out. That's why I got a new pair last year. But Tanya Jean has them like in every color. She's got sparkle ones, black ones, the light ones, the dark ones. She's got them all. I think Alex would look kind of sexy in them. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So when we were at the Gatlinburg Outlet Mall, I think that was the year that my mom and I went before she passed away. So that would have been 2007. I might have got them the year before that. So it would have been 2006 or 2007. Oh my God, that's almost 20 years ago. And I got a pair of leather Ugg boots. They were on sale, and they only had one size. So I like wear between a 10 and a 10 and a half, and I think they were 12s. And they only had a 12, but they were like half off at Journeys. And I ended up buying them. And I wore them for a long time, but they were so huge, I like dragged my feet in them. So Alex, when he would take the dogs out in the winter, he would wear them. We have them in the coat closet right here. He would wear them. I stopped wearing them. They're cute. They're like leather. Not like just like this, you know, whatever this is. But, so yeah. So got up today. Alex took a shower today. And because he wanted to wash his hair out and stuff like that before he got his hair cut. Even though she washes his hair when he gets his hair cut. But anyway. And so then we left here at about 11:30, and he went and got his hair cut. I walked over and got coffee and listened to some music and stuff while I was walking over there. And it was cold though earlier. I mean, it's still cold. It's like the wind picks up and then it slows down, picks up and it slows down. And then I went back over there and then I sat while he was getting his hair cut, and all the three of us talked. And then Alex and I had therapy because we moved our therapy now from Tuesday nights to Friday afternoons. So we had therapy today. In all honesty, it was kind of a boring session. There wasn't really a lot. That kind of happens with therapy sometimes, you know, like that's why you keep going if you like, you know, so the next time if something comes up, you know, there's consistency. It's not necessarily always a reason just to quit. But today was kind of a boring session. We just talked about like Thanksgiving and what we were doing for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So, and we didn't do any assignments. It was basically just kind of like a catch-up session. Nothing really came out of it. And then afterwards, Alex had to run by and get something for this like holiday party, some tickets or something like that. So he had to go get those because he's like helping putting this party together. And then I was reading through comments when he was in the store getting those, and somebody had said something about Kroger and that they got the, I need to find out who said this, that they got the 7-Up Shirley Temple at Kroger, and there was a Kroger like right by there. And so when we were driving by, I was like, can you take me to Kroger? I could just run in real quick. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I ran in, and like right in the Christmas section, or right when you walked in the Christmas section, holiday section, right in the holiday section, it said, or it didn't say, it had this, it's 7-Up. Why is she driving her husband's car? That's interesting. It had the Shirley Temple 7-Up, and it had the Canada Dry Cranberry. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. We'll compare those two. Because I was going to get the Cherry 7-Up and compare it to the Shirley Temple 7-Up, but I think I'm just going to compare it to the Canada Dry Cranberry. So, is it Canada Dry Ginger Ale? I like ginger ale, too, so that'll be kind of fun. So, if I don't do that review today, I'll definitely do it tomorrow. And if I don't do the movie, I'm thinking I probably won't do the movie club or the review today. I'll probably wait till tomorrow. I filmed a hell of a lot of videos yesterday. I filmed 6 videos yesterday. So I think that I'll probably just film my vlog today, and then tomorrow, like when Alex leaves, I'll probably film quite a few videos. I'll film over on, yeah. Well, I have a list of videos that I was going to make this week. So, I love so much doing those AITA videos, those Am I the A-hole videos on my Peter Monn channel. They just don't get a lot of traction. I mean, the video's been up for almost 24 hours, 20 hours, and it's sitting at 2.5 views, okay? Ain't nobody interested in that when Trisha Paytas canceled the Jeffree Star podcast getting 11,000 views, okay? Let's see where people are interested in. But what's interesting is, so on that video I said, if you want to send me, like email me your own AITA story, and then I can do a video about it. I might do that one tomorrow. Because like Tanya had suggested that to me. Some other people had suggested it to me like in the comment sections and stuff. So I said, you can email it to me and then we'll judge whether or not you're an a-hole, you know? Oh my God, the video had been up like literally like 2 hours and I got like 5 emails from people. I was like, this is crazy on a video that's getting no views on it whatsoever. But I have so much fun doing them, so I don't really care if they get a lot of views or not. But the view count, the only reason I really look at that stuff is to see what people are interested in. And so what it tells me is, even though people say I only talk about the same 5 or 6 people, when I talk about those same 5 or 6 people, that's what people watch. When I do something different, people don't watch that. Even though people say, talk about something different, I talk about something different, and nobody watch it, okay? But if I talk about Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star, everybody watches it. So then you can see what people are interested in, even though they say, you always talk about the same 5 or 6 people. When I don't, like right here, the AITA video, and nobody watches it. And then people say, well, you got to do more of them. I've done about 6 of them now at this point. You'd think at some point they start picking up a little bit. Nobody's interested in the AITA videos. So anyway, I like them. I like watching them and I like doing them. I think they're fun. So anyway, I'll keep doing them, but I'm just not going to do them all the time. But I might tomorrow, though. I might do an AITA video. I'm actually going to do, I want to do something like, so for Halloween, I had put up, like, on Instagram, I had put up, like, your funniest or scariest stories for Halloween, and I was going to read through them and judge them and do it for, like, post it on Halloween. I thought that'd be kind of, I knew it wouldn't get tons of views, but I thought that'd be kind of a fun video for the people that watch my videos pretty consistently on my drama channel. So I'm thinking about doing something. I know the entire world don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Everybody in the United States don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. I get it, but I would think about doing like a holiday one. Not just Thanksgiving, but like Christmas too, like a holiday one. And posting that on Thursday for Thanksgiving for people that don't care about football like me and stuff like that. Or like a Black Friday shopping one or something like that. Stories about that kind of stuff. And then I could, you know, read something about that. Or maybe I'll do that one on Friday too. You know, it'd be fun is if Tanya came and picked me up and we went and interviewed people Black Friday shopping. Wouldn't that be fun? Well, I got my mother-in-law. She'd live for something like that. She'd love to interview people. She'd get right in on it. But I don't know. I want to do something. I'm going to have a couple videos pre-filmed. I was thinking about this last night because I said something about I might film. I think a couple people didn't understand it and a couple people did understand it and the rest of people didn't pay any attention. But okay, so like Thursday for Thanksgiving. Oh, okay, hold on a second. The battery is flashing now. So I'm going to go inside, get another battery, and then I will be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. First of all, the entire inside of our house smells like deep fried chicken fingers from the deep fryer. The deep fryer? The air fryer. Did I say deep fryer last time? Well, whatever. It smells like chicken fingers. The entire inside of our house smells like a concession stand at the state fair. First of all. Second of all, Alex is getting ready, and so I went upstairs, and he's getting ready to leave here in about 15 or 20 minutes. So I went upstairs and gave him a kiss goodbye, and we talked for a little bit. And I said, well, I'm outside vlogging, so this way you don't, like, you know, you can just leave. And so anyway, gave him a kiss goodbye and all that kind of stuff. That was the second thing. Third thing was that I was upstairs talking to him, and I came back down here because I was up there talking to him for like 10 minutes. And I came back down here, and I totally forgot what I was talking about before I stopped the filming to go get another battery. So I had to go through the entire last clip to see what I was talking about. And what I was talking about was filming on Thanksgiving. So, okay, like I said, some people got it, some people didn't, some people didn't care. Okay, but what I said was that, so on Thanksgiving, okay, we're going to Alex's aunt and uncle's house. I think we're leaving, we have to be there at like 12:30 or 1. And we're going to be there for like 4 hours, and then we're going to Caroline's house for 4 hours, which means we're probably not going to get home until 9 or 9:30. I don't want to vlog at 9 or 9:30, okay? So I either just skip the vlog on Thanksgiving, or what I can do is that Wednesday night going into Thursday, I can vlog, because I'm not going to vlog like Thursday afternoon and then turn around and vlog, you know what I mean, like 3 hours, like do 2 vlogs back to back. I'm not going to do that. So what I would do is like the Thursday vlog for Thanksgiving would probably be like stories of like holiday stories and stuff like that. I just do some vlog or read comments from the vlog I just posted or something like that. We'll do something. But that way I would have a vlog to post on Thanksgiving too, okay? It probably wouldn't be a long one, but probably, I mean, like half an hour at least, you know? And then I'm going to try to, like, pre-film some other videos on Wednesday that I have to post for Thursday. And then Friday, I'll be back over here filming videos again. So that's my plan for Thanksgiving. Because, like, I know that there's a lot of people that, like, you know, don't, even in the United States, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, or they don't have family, or they don't live in the United States and whatever. So I want to film some videos for, I want to keep the vlogging streak going. So that's my plan. So I don't know how that's going to work, but that's my plan, is on Wednesday. So they must be like fixing their cars or something, because she came home in his car and he came home in her car, and that's very unusual, first of all. Just when people will be like, what's weird about that? That's very unusual. Like, she never drives his car and vice versa. So anyway, so I'm going to try to pre-film some. So Wednesday I'll have to probably, oh, you know what though? Wednesday's Cousin Fun Day. How am I going to get all those videos done? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We ain't going to worry about it. Or I'll end up just doing a vlog for Thursday, you know. I can do a vlog and a, you know, Peterisms video, drama video or something. We'll figure out something. You know, maybe I'll not film as much on Wednesday. So people are probably busier on Wednesday than they are on Thursday, because Thursday they'll probably just be relaxing. That evening they'll be wanting to watch videos and things like that, you know. We'll see. So anyway, so yeah, so what was I talking about? We had therapy, then he had to go pick up those tickets at the store, and then we went to Kroger, and then I came home. And then I was literally inside for like 10 minutes. Not even probably that long. He was frying up those chicken fingers in the deep fryer, the air fryer. He loves that thing so much. And then I was like, I'm going to go vlog now. I was going to wait until after he left. And he was like, well, do you want me to put my AirPods in? I was like, no, I'm going to go vlog outside. It's like, it's cold, but it's not that cold. He's like, babe, it is so cold outside. I was like, well, I'm feeling better, so I don't really care. Because I don't want to be outside in the cold. I miss being on the front porch. So I was like, I'm gonna go vlog now and stuff. And I said, when are you gonna get ready? And he was like, well, I'm probably gonna leave here between like 4 and 4:15. And I said, okay. So yeah, so he is getting ready to go. And then his party is, I just checked with him again. I said, your party's till like 8. And he said 8:30 or 9. So it's from like 5 to like 8:30 or 9. But he's getting there earlier because he's helping set up with like a couple other people that he works with. And then afterwards, they're going to maybe go out and have a drink or two someplace. And he said that he's gotten like texts from people, and it's like 4 girls that he's going with, and like one of their husbands is coming, and like the other 3 are not sure. So he's like, it's totally up to you. So I don't know. It's gonna depend on how I feel and what time it is and things like that. So I'll probably be so cozy and in my pajamas at that point that I'm gonna be like, I'm not leaving the house. We already know that, you know. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. And then tomorrow he has that thing, but he'll probably be home tomorrow night. I don't think he has any plans tomorrow night. That will be an early, like they'll go to that. I thought they were going, because I think he said early on Saturday, but now it changed and it's like 3 o'clock. So he'll leave here at like 2. And they'll probably go somewhere afterwards and have like an early dinner. But they all have like kids and stuff like that. So they'll be home, like they won't want to stay out too late. So, and then Sunday, brunch, and I'll probably film a couple of videos. I told him I was going to film all weekend long. So, yeah, and then we'll watch House of Villains. I think it's the only one that we have left. Tonight, I have, well, I don't know why, was Elsbeth and Matlock not on this week? Let's look it up. Elsbeth. I think it's season 2, episode. What episode would that have been? Six. It would have been episode 6. Episode 6. Oh, it comes on 12/5. New Elsbeth, November 21st and 20 episode, and 28th, episode 6, delayed, not airing. Okay, what is this? Hey, Elsbeth fans, unfortunately, we have to hop back on here to deliver some bad news. The CBS people are not airing the next new episode 6 of this current season 2 of Elsbeth tonight, November 21st, and next Thursday night, November 28th. They're going to make you wait a whole 2 weeks to see it, according to CBS official guide. Okay. What about Matlock? What episode of that would that have been? People want to know what I do with my time. This is what I do with my time. Okay, Matlock, episode 7. Matlock, season 1, episode 7. The new one, 2024. I have to put in here. Hold on a second. Why Matlock is taking a 2-week hiatus with no episode until December 5th. Okay, so it's doing that too. Matlock won't be airing for the next 2 weeks, and fans might be wondering why. The Kathy Bates-led TV show quickly became a fan favorite after debuting earlier this fall on CBS. However, it'll be a bit before you can catch the 7th episode in season 1. So why is the television series taking a 2-week hiatus? Keep reading to find out more. It doesn't say why. A Christmas Story is part of some holiday programming. Then next week, the show won't air a new episode as it's Thanksgiving. will return Thursday, so it's 2 weeks. I'm so upset about it. I gotta find a new show. Is it gonna be Yellowstone? I want a thriller is what I want. Okay, well we can... Matlock and Elsbeth. Oh, you know what I started last night? You know what? I forgot that I started this last night before I started reading, before I went to bed. I started the new season of Based on a True Story. Okay? Which is really bad. Did anybody watch it already? I will tell you, what's the guy's name on it that was in Sharp Objects that I loved with Amy Adams? What's his name? Chris Messina. He is so good looking. Do you guys know this guy? Chris Messina. So anyway, he's got longer hair on the show. Not long, but like longer curly hair on the show, Based on a True Story. So Based on a True Story is about this couple that they like, she's obsessed with true crime podcasts, and then they like start a true crime podcast and they interview the serial killer. Well, it's season 2. But I'll be honest with you, I do not really remember how season 1 ended. I just remember that I didn't, like, I loved it at the beginning and then I didn't like it so much at the end. And so I don't really remember so much about season 1, even though I watched like the catch up of it. And so I started watching it last night and I'm confusion over what's going on. I literally watched like, it's like each episode is like 25 or 30 minutes. I watched like 10 or 15 minutes of it. And I was like, that's why I started reading again before I went to bed. I think I got done with the show right at 5. And then I was like going to watch that show. And then I read for like 15 or 20 minutes. And I went to bed at 5:30, I think is what happened. But anyway, it's not good. It's not good at all. I'm over it. I really wanted something good to watch. I was excited about that. So let's go revisit. So tonight I have Found. And then I put Based on a True Story here, but I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I still haven't watched Heartstopper yet. I'm really not in the mood to watch it, in all honesty. I actually watched the trailer for Sweet Pea, and I thought it looked kind of good, so I might watch that. Fanatical, Anatomy of Lies. Oh, The Old Man. I could watch The Old Man with Jeff Bridges. That was so good. And so many people said stuff about Mindhunter, that Mindhunter was so good. Here's my question about Mindhunter that I want to know. Okay, for those of you that watch, it's so funny because when I was talking about Mindhunter and that it had 2 seasons that got canceled, some people were like, I didn't even know there was a second season of Mindhunter. Here's my question about Mindhunter that I would like to know. Does the second season of Mindhunter end conclusively, or does it end on a cliffhanger? Because like I said, I don't like shows that end on cliffhangers, where I'm like, okay, I'm never going to find out what happened. That's what I don't like, okay? So I need to know if it like ends like conclusively, like there doesn't need to be a season 3, or if it just leaves like up in the air, then you never find out what happens with Mindhunter. Because so many people have told me that Mindhunter is good, and Alex and Mel both love it, so I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go watch that. And Don't Come Home, I have on there too. But here is my, I think I went through this last night. Shows to binge. This, I'll show you how quick I go through it. Okay. Yellowstone's a maybe. Grey's Anatomy, too long. Sugar, maybe. Goodbye Earth, no. The Veil, no. Deliver Me, no. Real Housewives of Miami in January. Below Deck, January. Below Deck Mediterranean, January. Ozark, maybe. This Is Us, no. Handmaid's Tale, no. Dexter, no. Game of Thrones, no. Sherlock, no. 100, no. The End of the Effing World, no. Manifold, no. The New Look, no. World Beyond, started it, so boring. Reacher, maybe. Mayor of Kingstown, no. Columbia, no. Broadchurch, maybe. In the Dark, no. The Bear, Station 11, no. Travelers, no. Interview with the Vampire, maybe. The Leftovers, not right now. Harper's Island, not right. I mean, these aren't no complete. When I say no, not completely, it's just not right now. Harper's Island, Prison Break, no. The Strain, maybe. Outer Range, Umbrella Academy, no. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, no. Twin Peaks, no. The Accident, no. Lady in the Lake, no. Mayfair Witches, Discovery of Witches, no. Alex said I wouldn't like them. Virgin River, I want a thriller though, but I would really love to watch Virgin River, so I might start that. The Old Man, maybe. Mom, no. The Midnight Club. Oh, The Midnight Club, I might watch that. You, Criminal Minds, Daryl Dixon. I want to wait till the whole season's out. It might already be out by now. Longmire, no. Oh, Chernobyl. I might watch that on Max. And then the 2 seasons of The Sinner that I never watched. And then The Triangle. I think I might either watch The Old Man. I'll start that tonight. Chernobyl. The Sinner. The Midnight Club. Yellowstone or Ozark. Those are my big ones. Those are my big ones. I don't know. Should we read some comments? So tonight's going to be a cozy night. Cozy night. It's going to be so cozy. Should we read some comments and see what everybody has to say? Somebody said, kind of off topic for today's vlog, but I just want to say thank you, Peter, for always talking about therapy. I'm starting therapy today, and I'm excited and ready for it. For years, I procrastinated and also just assumed my insurance wouldn't cover it. This year, as my mental health has taken it further decline, I finally have enough and found out that insurance does, in fact, cover 100%. Very thankful. I'm going to make the most of it. I did go to counseling at congratulations to you. I love therapy. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that therapy is not their jam. I get it, right? It's like a lot of people that don't get sober by way of a 12-step program. I totally understand that. I also think, I think I kind of give a misconception sometimes of therapy or 12-step programs. Like, long before I ever, got real committed to therapy, there were years I went that I thought, this ain't helping. I mean, this is a joke. I mean, when I was in high school and forced to go and stuff like that, I never really, gave into it, This is going to sound strange, but, what was that movie? Why can't I never think of that movie? I love that movie so much with Winona Ryder and Angelina Jolie. Winona. Do you guys know the movie I'm talking about? Where they're in the psych unit. It was based on the Jane Karen book. Angelina Jolie. So good. Girl Interrupted. There's a part in there, I don't know if it's Whoopi Goldberg who plays the nurse or if it's the woman that plays the therapist is talking to Winona Ryder. And she basically says, you can just stay stuck in this mindset that you're in forever and you're never going to get out of here. Basically kind of like Angelina Jolie. Or you can do the work and work through it. And she was like, I know you see kind of I can't remember how she said it, but she was basically kind of you see us as the enemy, we're keeping you here, but you're the one that's keeping yourself here. And I can remember entering therapy and marriage counseling, and I remember that scene from the movie, and I was like, you are either gonna I remember my sponsor saying, if she was gonna go to therapy, she was gonna get her money's worth. She wasn't gonna just go and half-ass it. She was gonna go and get her money's worth. She was gonna do her work. Well, that's how I look at therapy today. I look at it as whether, insurance is paying for it, you're paying for it. I look at it as this is a tool that you're being given. If you don't believe in therapy, say, okay, you know what? I'm going to put everything into it. It's I heard this lead early on in sobriety. I don't even remember who gave it, but somebody said something about, I was willing to put anything into my body to make me feel differently. I was willing to put pills or drugs or alcohol or anything in my body, lay up with anybody to make me feel better, do anything to make me feel better, but I'm not willing to put that same energy into a 12-step program or into church or into therapy or self-help books or whatever. I'm not willing to trust that, but I'm willing to trust a pill that's going to make me feel differently, right? And I think it's such a good attitude. It's I was willing to circumvent doing the work. For me, it's always interesting when people are well, I can't see in 12-step programs or whatever. I'm well, how much did you ever really did you go a year? Did you get a sponsor? Did you do steps? Did you just go to one meeting? Did you try a lot of different meetings? You don't have to, right? But I'm not at the point in my life anymore where I'm just going to try something one or two times and be yeah, it's not for me. If I'm going to try something, I'm going to try it. You know what I mean? And if it's not working like that, then I take other people's suggestions and try something different. I'm not saying that 12-step programs for everybody because it's not, But there's a lot of things I don't do, and I don't dog how other people do them. If that works for them, I'm talking about deep therapeutic things. If that works for them and it's not hurting nobody and it's not hurting them, more power to them, But I think therapy is the same way. I can't tell you how many people, I meet in my personal life that are oh, I don't believe in therapy. Therapy doesn't work. My husband's actually louder about it than I am. Because he'll be you don't believe in therapy? Why not? What are you afraid of? Alex will be what are you afraid of? We've been at dinner with couples before where they do not get along and you know it. And Alex will say something about our therapist and they'll be you go to a therapist, a marriage counselor? And we're oh, yeah. And then they'll say something oh, we don't believe in that, whatever. And Alex will be what don't you believe in? What are you afraid of coming out in therapy that you don't want to work on? Alex will straight up look at him and be But I think, like, my suggestion to anybody that's even thinking about doing it, right? Like, if you're going to go to therapy, go with the attitude that, like, okay, like, not I'm just going to go 1 time or 2 times, and if I don't hear what I want to hear, then I'm done, okay? First of all, that's 1 therapist 2 times, okay? Maybe that's not the right fit. Maybe you need to go to 5 or 6 different therapists until you find the right person. I don't know. I also, like, I can remember going to therapists and being like, why am I going to tell a total stranger all my secrets? And holding all that stuff in when I realized that they don't really care. It's not like, you know, it's, you know what I mean? Like, they don't really care. So that's kind of where it changed for me. Because I'd be like, I'm not telling, like, a sponsor or a therapist all my secrets. Like, I'm not doing that. They didn't care. They didn't care about my secrets. You know what I mean? And so I was only, like, hurting myself by holding it in. What I would say to anybody, whatever you do, whether it's church or whether it is therapy or whether it's a 12-step program or treatment or whatever you do, if you're going to go into it, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. My sponsor always says to me, how happy do you want to be? How sober do you want to be? And what she means by how sober do you want to be is you're going to, and sober by not meaning like, when's the last time you drank, but sober mind, emotional sobriety. How sober do you want to be? Meaning, you're going to be as sober, you're going to feel as good as what you put into it. So if you're doing inventory and you're going to therapy and you're making amends and you're taking responsibility for your actions and you're praying if that's what you believe in and you're meditating if that's what you're doing the best that you can, you're putting a lot of effort and work into it, you're going to get a lot out of it. You know, I can tell you there have been times in my sobriety when I haven't done anything but not drank. Like the 4 years that I didn't go to meetings. I didn't do anything but not drink or use drugs during that point. I had no emotional sobriety. I had no spiritual foundation whatsoever. I was a nasty person. I was not happy. I was miserable in my relationship. I was miserable not just in my romantic relationship, but in my relationships in general. I wasn't a happy person. And it just seethed out of me, right? I wasn't putting anything into my sobriety, and I'm not talking about not drinking. I don't know how, in retrospect, I made it through this. Tanya used to say to me, I don't know how you do this and you don't drink. I'd be like, oh, Tanya, it's not that big of a deal. In retrospect, I do not know how I was around that much alcohol, and I mean, at times, drugs as well, and I never picked up. I don't know how. I literally, but for the grace of God, I don't know how. I don't know how. I'm so grateful I didn't, but I have no idea how, right? But when I came back in, it's like when I heard the speaker lead and somebody said, when it's hard to fall off the wagon when you're sitting in the middle of it, falling off the wagon meaning like drinking again, meaning like whatever you're going to do, how you're going to stay sober, you know, like go into it all the way. Do it all the way. Like if you're going to live in a halfway house, be a good member of that halfway house. If you're going to go and be involved in a 12-step program, follow the suggestions that people tell you. Get a sponsor, do the steps, you know, things like that. If you're going to go to church, get involved in the church, meet people, put your hand out, get involved, you know. I wish, the one thing I regret in my life looking back, whether it was in middle school, high school, college, work, wherever, neighborhood, and now I'm to the point where, like, I think one of the things that people forget, like when people will say like, well, you should go do this or you should go do that, I suffer still from, like, I mean, it's better now than it was, but I still suffer from like horrific social anxiety to the point where I'll get to something, like I'll force myself to go to something, right? And then I'm there, and like, in all honesty, like, if it's with people that I love, like, I'll have a good time. But if it's with people that I don't know, like, let's say if I showed up for, like, if I wanted to be on the HOA board, like, my social anxiety is bad enough that I wouldn't enjoy that. To go out to dinner with my husband and, like, 2 or 3 other couples that I know, like, I still suffer from social anxiety, but I can get through that and then at the end to be like, I really enjoyed that. But for me to go out to dinner with Alex and, like, 4 couples that I did not know, like, that would be hard for me. But one of the things that I regret really more, like in my earlier years, is that I wasn't more involved in stuff. I wish I would have participated more. Not just in clubs and things like that, but in life in general, you know? I wish I would have gotten involved in volleyball clubs or bowling teams. I wish I would have been more involved in stuff, you know? And so whatever you're gonna do to better yourself in your life, put yourself into it. Like my sponsor says, you're only going to be as happy as you want to be. You're going to be as happy as you want to be. You're going to be as sober as you want to be. Meaning, you're going to be as sober as much work you put into it. So my advice to people going into therapy, because I was resistant to going into therapy. I can remember when Alex and I started marriage counseling, and that was not my first time at the rodeo. I had been in therapy a lot before. And I was like, I'm not I don't want to get into this. I'm not getting into the weeds. I'm not sharing a whole lot. And I'll never forget that first session. He looked at us, our old therapist, and he said, how committed are both of you to saving this marriage? And I was like, I thought to myself, well, why the fuck do you think I'm here? And then he said something to us about like, well, if you're here, I didn't say that. I don't think. I said something probably like that, but I didn't say it like that. But I can remember he said, you're going to have to put into this as much. And I've heard this my whole life. You're going to have to put into this as much as you want to get out of it. You know, and Alex and I already talked at that point about like committing a year to it and doing everything. And so like, I don't know. I just think like therapy, anything that you're going to like, you want to get something, you want to go to church and get a spiritual experience out of it, or go to a temple, or go to whatever religious experience you're trying to get something out of it. You're not going to just go one time and be like, that ain't for me. You know, you can try it a couple times, you know, you wouldn't go like take a walk and just walk one time and be like, oh, I'm not a walker. You know what I mean? You got to give it some time. You got to give things some time. Now, some things you do know, some things you do, but I'm talking about things that are going to better your life. If you go to a therapist and you're just not clicking, I'd say give it once or twice and then say, you know what, I think I need to find somebody else. There's no therapist in the world that will be offended by that. And if they are, you're at the wrong therapist anyway. To say, you know what, I just don't think this is a good fit. I need to find somebody else. You know, can you even maybe give me a referral? And I think that's important to have a therapist that you have a good fit with, you know? But yeah, give it your all. Congratulations to you for starting therapy. I think that's amazing. I think it's amazing. I think the fear of starting therapy is really what keeps a lot of people, the fear and the cost, I think, are two things that really keep people from starting therapy. The cost, because it's just like one more expense that we don't need to pay, right? Number one. Number two, when there's a lot of therapists that are on sliding fee scales, and just because they have a sliding fee scale doesn't mean that they're a shitty therapist. Most good therapists are on a sliding fee scale, which means that if you can only, like if everybody else is paying like 100 and you can only afford 20 based on your income, then you pay 20 is what, so, and I think the other thing is fear, that you don't know what's going to come out of it, what's going to be expected of you. You can stop at any time. You don't like it, don't go. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. You know, it's like when people talk about 12-step programs being a cult, I'm like, I have never once been forced to sit in a meeting, ever. I've gotten out of several meetings and left. I've never, like, you know, been forced to be like, you have to sit back. That's never happened to me. I've never had anybody beg me to come back to a meeting, never. Sometimes I wished I had. I've never had people demand that I do anything in a meeting or think a certain way. I've never had that ever happen to me in a 12-step meeting, ever. And I've gone to several different programs. I've gone to several different programs in my life, and I've never once, ever in a 12-step program had anybody, you know, in fact, I have heard, not tons, but through the years, you know, there's certain things you say and don't say. Like, you don't say super religious stuff in meetings. Like, but you know, like, I've heard people say, like, well, Jesus says, and somebody will check them and say, we don't say that in 12-step meetings. We're non-denominational, you know? So I have heard that. I have heard people, like, you know, and there's, there's Celebrate Recovery, which is, like, 12-step meetings for people that are more religious and stuff like that, but that's not, you know, anyway. But therapy, I think, find somebody that you fit with and just trust it. Just trust the process. And I'd say throw it all out there sooner rather than later, you know? Because it's not like they're writing a book on your life. They're not as interested as you think they are. It's like one of the things that we say to people when we sponsor, it was told to me, and I've said it to other people, that when people, like, you know, it was said to me when I first started, like, I got my first sponsor, I can remember, like, not wanting to share a lot. And my sponsor said to me, there is nothing that you can tell me that I haven't thought myself, I haven't heard from somebody else, or I haven't done myself. You know, and that's the truth. Like, it's not like anything is new. It's not like you're going to tell your therapist something. It's new to you to share those feelings, those thoughts, those things that you live through with your therapist. But it's not new to them. Most of them have heard those things before. And I think that was it for me, was getting through that fear of sharing that with somebody else, you know? But congratulations. I love therapy. I will be in therapy for the rest of my life, you know? It's always interesting to me, people are like, why are you still in therapy, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, that's like such a red flag to me that, like, okay, You're telling on yourself a little bit there, okay? Because for me, like when I meet people that are like, oh, I go to retreats 3 times a year and I've been in therapy for the last 10 years and I love my therapist and I go every week. Like those are some of the most freeing, loving, amazing human beings I have ever met. You know, I love that. I'll be in therapy for the rest of my life. I love going to therapy. She listened to Christmas music, or is her phone ringing and she's walking down the street? I love therapy. You know, even like today was kind of like a boring session, but I love it. Just as a check-in, you know? And I think it's also, if you can afford it, or insurance pays for it, it's like, I think Alex is leaving. It's like an objective third person, like in marriage counseling, but it's like for me in like individual sessions, it's like an objective person. It's like not in it. So I can bring something to him and be like, what do you think about this? And he has no like play in it whatsoever. Does that make sense? And so, he'll tell me the things I need to hear, you know? He'll tell me the things I need to hear. So, yeah, I'm forever grateful for our therapist. Let's see what he had on. See if he changed his outfit. He went like this. Okay. Should we read some more comments? I don't know what this means. It would be so fun if you read the books on your vlog and did a poll after each video for us viewers to pick the adventure while you read it. Oh, the choose your own adventure books. I get what you're saying. Okay. Somebody said what I should do is that I should pick like 5 authors in January, and then we would read a book by each author, and then the rest of the year read books by that one author. I thought that was maybe not a bad idea. I don't know that I would pick 5 authors because I don't know that I want to read. The camera stopped. I can't believe I've gone. How long have I gone already? I don't even know. But I don't know that I want to read like 1 Sue Grafton book and like 1 Kurt Vonnegut book and then like 1 Hemingway book. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that I want to do that. But maybe we'll see. The idea was to like read the collective works of somebody. So like if you go somewhere and somebody's like, oh, do you like Ernest Hemingway? And you've been like, yeah, I read everything by Ernest Hemingway. You've read everything? Yes, I read all the collected stories. Or what about, do you read any mystery series? Oh yeah, I read all the Sue Grafton books. A is for Alibi all the way through Y. Really? You read them all? You know, because like when people ask me about cozy mysteries, I'm like, my favorite's the Misfortune one. They're like, how many of you read? Oh, I'm almost caught up on the series. I just got 2 left that I'm reading, you know? Vic said, so many people like walk on eggshells about this topic. They're like, I really hate to ask. I think it's so sweet. But they're like, have you called the fireplace yet? And other people are like, it would be really nice if you called I have not called the fireplace yet, okay? Because did you not know? I'm lazy. I'm lazy and I'm cozy. And it's been on my list for 4 months now. And no, I'm lazy, so I haven't called. But Vic just straight up says, would you please get your fireplace serviced? Vic comments so much on the videos. I live for it. She said, have you met Alex's dad? Yeah, I think I shared the story. Alex's dad lives in Venezuela. Alex's dad came here to visit. The last time he came to visit, God, I feel like Fufu was in college because they went to a Pacers game. Carlos, Fufu, and Alex went to a Pacer game and took their dad. We actually hosted... When that would have been, because Alex's cousins were living with his mom at that time. We actually hosted a lunch, brunch kind of thing here for the whole family. And it was Alex's dad and his wife at the time. They're now divorced. And then Alex's mom came. And his cousins, Carlos, Liliana, Fufu. Jesse wasn't around then. That was the only time that I ever met his dad. And his dad lives in Venezuela. But yeah, Alex looks a lot like his dad. I used to think he looks a lot like his mom, but as he gets older, Alex is built like his mom. But he looks in the face a lot like his dad. So... has the same name as his dad, too, by the way. Robert said, Peter, I believe talking is healing. I believe that too. Thank you. I believe that. Alejandra said, grief is really weird sometimes, but it's okay to be open with your feelings and let yourself feel all this type of emotion. So much love for you and Alex. Oh, thank you so much. Vic, more comments. Hope you get more snow so you can enjoy it more. Manageable snow. I agree with that. Thank you. Oh, you know what? There was a comment on here that I read yesterday because somebody said, Chef Boyardee said, I was a vegetarian for 13 years, and when I was pregnant, I picked up meat like it was nothing and didn't have any issues. I must be lucky because I've also never been sensitive to cross-contamination, and I've accidentally eaten... Hey, how are you?
Freezing.
You got your fur thing up and everything today.
The what?
You got your big fake fur thing up and everything like that today.
Not like this weather.
You don't?
No.
We're getting snow next week.
No.
He does. Look at him. He's so sweet.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
She's holding her
Maybe it'll be
hood
warmer.
up like this. What?
Maybe it will be warmer.
I just told you we're getting a snowstorm next Thursday.
Well, I did not hear that.
Rain and snow, but I turned it into a snowstorm. Have a good walk. She said, I must be lucky because I've never been sensitive to cross-contamination. I've accidentally eaten small amounts of meat or soup with chicken broth when I was a vegetarian. LOL. You know what's interesting is about that comment about cross-contamination. There have been... How did this battery go to the halfway mark? Have I been really vlogging that long? There have been times that I have eaten things and found out later that they had like meat byproducts in it or they were cooked in the same way, and I don't get cross-contaminated. It's so weird when it happens, and it's like... There will also be times that I am not aware it's cross-contaminated until I get home and I'm super, super sick. And then I'm like, the only thing it could be was that I was cross-contaminated. It's usually when we go to restaurants is what happens. And like something is cooked, because I'll have to say like if you do it this way or whatever, like it can't be cooked on the same grill as meat and whatever. Most restaurants, it's interesting how many chefs at restaurants are vegetarians. So they totally understand that when you say that. Or they'll make vegetarian options. I have never once been to a restaurant. Maybe I shouldn't say never once. I probably have once, but I can't really remember. The reason why I would say never once and I'm so adamant about that is, but I'm sure there's been a time or two. I cannot remember a time where I've ever been treated rudely by being a vegetarian. In fact, it's the opposite. Servers go above and beyond. I've had chefs literally like at steakhouses come out and be like, I'm a vegetarian too. Let me cook you up like a pasta and vegetarian. I mean, it's like over the top almost. They're so nice about it. And I'm not even vegan. I'm vegetarian, you know? But there was a comment that somebody left on here because I was talking about this guy from Survivor. And, oh, here's somebody else. Brittany said, Teeny and Kyle are my favorites in Survivor too. I have crushes on both of them. Somebody said, should I watch All Hallows Eve before I watch Terrifier 1? I did, I think. I watched Terrifier 1 and All Hallows Eve. I don't remember thinking that you need to, but I think you're supposed to. Tony said, y'all be acting like newlyweds. Who? Me and my husband for kissing? Y'all don't kiss your husbands? You don't kiss your husbands? You have no romance anymore? That's considered... My husband kissing me when he comes in the door is considered newlyweds. Y'all sleep in single beds, twin beds, in different rooms? That makes me sad for you. That makes me sad. Oh, Christy said that kiss was so cute. Enjoy your... Christy, I just want to say to Christy, happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you. It was just Christy's birthday. Oh my God, so many people said something about this. Oh my God, the kiss from Alex, my heart is melting. The look in your eyes. As he was coming closer. Okay. That was so sweet. Thank you, Prissy Kitty. Was that Prissy Kitty? Prissy Kitty. Where was the comment about... Okay, this was so interesting. Marky said, yes, when I lived in Indiana, I served, because I was talking about Milan versus Milan, the town. She said, I lived in Indiana. I served my funeral director's apprenticeship in Milan. It would always make me laugh hearing Milan and Versailles being pronounced. Well, what's so weird about that, okay, is that you said you did your funeral director's apprenticeship. You have to comment on this video. I have to know. In Milan, okay? Well, Milan and Versailles are by Batesville. And Batesville, if you don't know, in Indiana, they're like right by there. It's like Batesville, Milan, Versailles. They're like right in a row, okay? And Batesville is known for the Batesville Coffin Company, which I think is like the biggest coffin company in the world. So that's so weird to me that you did your funeral director's thing there. Was there any connection to the Batesville Coffin Company? I'd be really interested in knowing that. I'd actually known quite a few people that worked at that coffin company before. Kara said, I hate socks too. That's why I'm always in sandals and everyone always thinks I'm crazy in the winter. I know, everybody thinks that too. I had clogs on today at our therapy session. Our therapist was like, you're going to catch a cold. And I go, oh no, I'm not. Because cold don't make you sick. I learned that this week. He goes, that's not true. And I go, no, I don't think so either. Okay. I didn't have my Uggs on because people be like, I thought you said you had your Uggs on. I put my Uggs on when I came home. I had the gray felt clogs when I was at, because I always get a comment. People are like, I'm so confused. This is where they always try to catch me in something. I'm so confused. You said that you had the Ugg boots on, but when we went to the therapy session, the hair appointment, I had my gray felt clogs on when I came home. I knew I was going to be sitting on the front porch, so I put my Ugg boots on. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We got to get on our book that we're going to read, that Barbarian Alien book.
Yeah, okay, let's do it then.
Okay, I'm going to text you. We'll talk later.
Okay.
Elise said, I do like the candlelight. I need recommendations, show recommendations. Well, I got a channel. It's called Peter Watches TV, and I do recommendations over there all the time, Elise. Snow in Kalamazoo, too. Sierra. Hi, Sierra. She put blue hearts. Okay, this threw me, okay? Tasha said, talking about Survivor, Sue is actually 59. She's been lying to them about her age since the beginning. Okay? Not that 59 is old, but I want to look this up and see this. Okay? Sue from Survivor. Are we on 47? 47. Yeah, I want to see. Sue is the oldest woman to win an individual immunity challenge, being 58. Okay. So, I didn't say this before, okay? But when I was watching it and she said she was 47, I think I was drinking some coffee and I was like, she said she was 47, I was like, I almost spit out my coffee when she said it. I was like, there's no way. I mean, she looks good for her age. There's no way. She looks fantastic for 58, okay? But I was like, there's no way. So when you said that on there, I was like, oh, is that true? Is that true that she's 40? Because, I mean, she's like in shape and everything like that. So that makes actually more sense. But she looks fantastic for her age. 58 or 59 or whatever she is. But here it says she's 58. How old is Sue in Survivor? Oh, now it says 59. She's 59. She owns her own flight school. I like Sue. Sue's dangerous. Because, you know, I was thinking about it this week. This is what's interesting is. They get out all the big competitors first. And then it's down to like, it'll be like Sue and Teenie in the finale. Which I'm totally fine with that. You know, I'm totally fine with that. Okay, but thank you for letting me know that, Tasha, because I didn't know that. All these people talking about the walking pad. I'm going to write them all down. Where is the comment about Kyle and the vegetarian? Because I wanted to address this. I mean, it was just a question. It wasn't a bad comment or anything like that, but I thought it was an interesting comment. Somebody said get the Ricola throat lozenges. I don't think that works. Okay, here it is. Stephanie asked this question because I was talking about the Kyle. So Kyle was vegan, okay? He's on Survivor. And then he said that before he got on the show, like a month or two before, he switched from being vegan to vegetarian. Because if he was out and he like got offered meat and it was the only thing to eat, then he was going to eat meat on the show. Like he had already made that decision before he came on the show. And then when he was they did the marketplace thing, they buy these meals and they don't know what they're buying until they unveil it. And so he got chicken wings. Well, he ate the chicken wings. And I was talking about, as a vegetarian, I don't really know what I would do if I was out there and stuff like that. Okay. So, Stephanie said, here's my question. I'm certain that you wouldn't drink alcohol for $1 million. No, I would not drink milk. I wouldn't drink alcohol for $10 million. So why would you eat meat? If your convictions are so strong about being vegetarian, I know it's not the same thing, but kind of the same principle. No, it's absolutely not the same thing, not the same principle at all. First of all, it's very important for me to have continuous sobriety, like every day added up to. There you are. Why are you holding up that poop bag showing it to me?
One, success, we're going home.
Success, you're going home. Now you got your hood is down and everything.
I hooked up a sweat.
Look, he's so proud of himself.
Yeah. I'm proud of him too.
Oh, good. Have a nice night. Continuous sobriety. Like, okay, if vegetarianism was the same way, and I think that that's really how I thought about it when I first started vegetarianism, was that like, if I did something wrong or I got cross-contaminated or I ate something I didn't know it had gelatin in it or whatever, it's like I lost all my days of like vegetarianism sobriety. And then I talked to my friend who at the time was like, had been a vegetarian for like 31 years or something like that. She's like, there's no vegetarian or vegan out there that is perfect in what they do. You learn as you go. So she's like, if you're going to be starting over your days, you're going to constantly be starting over your days, right? Sobriety, first of all, I think the difference for me is that vegetarianism, it started because I heard, I don't know if there's any truth to this, but that if you are a vegetarian not a vegan, but vegetarian for 30 days, you greatly decrease your carbon imprint on the world. And I was like, I can do anything for 30 days. That's how it started. I just kind of kept it up over time because there was no reason for me to go back. And then I think it was around, I don't know how long it was, but I'd seen that video. Somebody sent me the video about Jenna Marbles talking about how it changed for her because she was like, I couldn't eat my pets. And that was kind of changed for me that way too, because I had already thinking, I mean, when you become a vegetarian, you start thinking about a lot of things, your choices and stuff like that. And so I was like, I just don't know that, like, I mean, Caroline and I were talking about this the other day, because she was like, you know, like, if you were, like, stuck on the side of, like, if you were stuck, you know, on the side of the road or on a deserted island and all you had was, like, you know, Boo Radley with you and, like, you were going to die or eat Boo Radley, I was like, I don't know that I could eat Boo Radley. I don't honestly know that I could do that, you know? And so she was kind of, like, asking me, like, how far it goes for me with vegetarianism and stuff like that. And I was like, I just don't, I mean, like, we're talking hypotheticals, okay? So when people want to get all weirded out by that, okay, those are conversations you have with real people in your life. Like, could you eat your pet? Like, if you absolutely had to, like in a zombie apocalypse. And I don't know that I could. I really don't know that I could, right? That's why I was kind of so surprised that he did it for $1 million, but I don't know. But no, sobriety and vegetarianism are completely two different things, not the same principles at all. Sobriety to me is life or death. If I pick up a drink or a drug, I could be dead from it. I mean, I might end up dead, you know, or incarcerated, or lose everything that I have in my life, you know. I mean, they promise us jails, institutions, and death. I've been to jail. I've been to institutions. The only thing that's left for me is death. That's not necessarily the same thing as vegetarianism. Vegetarianism, I mean, if I stop being a vegetarian tomorrow, like somebody I think shared in here, like they've never had a problem with cross-contamination. I have known people that have been vegetarians for like 10 plus years. I mean, people will tell me stories when we got to know, they'll be like, oh, I was a vegetarian for 10 years and one day I just started eating steak and I was done. And I'm like, you didn't get super sick? And they're like, no, I didn't. And then I've talked to other people and they'll be like, oh yeah, I got super sick for like a week and then I was completely fine. I've known actually quite a few people that have been vegan and vegetarian and then just stopped. I've known quite a few people that have been vegan and vegetarian, stopped, went back to it, stopped, went back to it. I don't know that I think that necessarily works. And I'm just explaining this because I think it's a good question to ask when we compare these kinds of things. Because I think I have the same sentiment about vegetarianism as I did about sobriety at first. But sobriety for me, as being continuous sobriety, and I'm not knocking anybody that relapses, because for some people relapse is part of their recovery. It doesn't have to be, but it is for some people. If you come back in and you're sober again and however you choose to stay sober, you know? But it doesn't have to be part of that either. I think I really saw vegetarianism that way when I first started it. I think also I was so concerned with like what people might say about me online, because at the time that I started, there were a lot of people that were vegan and vegetarian that were like, had stopped and weren't anymore. And so people were like, oh, well, they were lying about this, or later they were lying about that. And then that's when I talked to my friend. She's like, who are you doing it for? Are you doing it for you? And I was doing it for me. I've been doing it for me ever since. My sobriety is for me, but it also affects other people in my life, right? But for me, sobriety, if I go out tomorrow and I start eating steak and chicken fingers again, I mean, do I think I might die at some point because of clotted arteries and things like that? Sure, absolutely. I could also die from clogged arteries from eating vegetarian food, pasta and things like that, carbs, because I eat a lot of carbs. But not in a similar way that it's also, I have the disease of addiction. I believe I do. I know that there's people out there that don't believe that addiction is a disease. I believe it's a disease. So it's completely two different principles and philosophies for me. I think that there are people out there that would look at stopping drinking or using drugs in a similar fashion to vegetarianism. Yes, but I don't think that those are people that believe in the disease concept of addiction as I do, or believe that it's life or death. And I think it's a good question. I appreciate you asking it, because I think it's, I just want to, like, for me, there's a complete difference for it. But that being said, I think that's why, though, I was kind of surprised about it. It's like, I think I was being kind of a little jovial in my video the other day when I said, well, maybe for 10 million, I don't know what I said when I was talking about it yesterday or the day before or whatever about eating meat. I don't know what it would take for me. I don't know. I mean, if I was on Survivor, maybe it would be a different thing. I can tell you right now, with options and no million, I don't think I would do it for $1 million. I don't think, like, I mean, if it came down to it being like me and one other person to win Survivor and I had to eat meat, I mean, first of all, going on that show, you would know that if it came down to two people and it wasn't like the start a fire challenge, it was like eat meat or don't eat meat, I would already know that by going on the show. Survivor's not a show that I would go on for a lot of different reasons. I wouldn't make it on Survivor. I wouldn't be good on Survivor. But do I think that I would eat meat, like, at the final moment to be the winner over $1 million over somebody else? I probably wouldn't go on a show where that was the deciding factor. In my life today, where I have a lot of options and there's no million or $10 million on the line, I have nothing to keep me a vegetarian today. I mean, my cousin Caroline said to me in the car the other day, she's like, because we were talking about Thanksgiving and stuff to have at Thanksgiving. She was, let's just stop this vegetarian stuff. And I go, no, Caroline, like, it's important to me. It's like, this is something that, so I don't have any, I think for a long time I looked for reasons not to be vegetarian, like at the beginning. I don't look at that anymore. I just kind of like, this is just how I live my life. I don't know that at one point I will stop being a vegetarian, but today I can't imagine that. First of all, it's too easy to be a vegetarian today. When I started, it wasn't really necessarily easy to be a vegetarian, especially going out to eat and stuff like that. But I don't even go out to eat that much anymore. So there's vegan options and vegetarian options everywhere you go, grocery stores and stuff like that. But anyway, I hope that explains it a little bit better, because I thought it was a good question. Gladys said, you guys are so sweet. I'm going to go kiss my husband. Oh, good for you. Go kiss your husband. Okay, everybody, somebody said, this was a good one. Wait until Black Friday or Cyber Monday to get a walking pad, said Brittany. And I think that that's a great suggestion, except for when I was looking last night on Amazon at all kinds of things, they're already having their Black Friday sale, so there's no reason to wait. There's no reason to even go Black Friday shopping or wait till Cyber Monday, because the deals have already been up there for a month. And then somebody said on there, they commented and they said, actually, the best deals are like the weekend before Christmas, or somebody said. They commented on the vlog, and they said the best deals are like the week. You know what, did I already slide up through the comments? Because I think the comment was right around there. Hold on, if I didn't slide up. Okay, wait, maybe I didn't. I think they said, hold on a second. Somebody said it right around there. Shoot, because I wanted to let everybody know. Somebody said snowing. Gina said snowing? It seems like yesterday you were just at the pool. Girl, I know. Where did... Sweet Nothing said, did you call in the fireplace yet? No, I'm lazy. Where did somebody say this? Oh, Brittany said, your merch should say, be too much and do too little. I agree. Don't do anything at all, just be lazy. Somebody laughed. Who laughed? Cauliflower. Somebody said on here that they work in retail. Oh, the battery's dying. And that they work in retail, and the cheapest deal is the weekend before Christmas. So I don't know if that's true or not, but let me know. Anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Friday and a fantastic beginning to your weekend. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. I made it through 2 batteries today. I love you guys. Have a cozy evening. Have fun if you're going out with your friends or family. Be safe. Give somebody a hug and a smile today. And I love you guys, and be kind to one another. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.